Welcome to my channel. Let's begin in a child's pose. You can have your knees wide or together. Send your hips back towards your heels and your forehead to your mat. Let's really try to elongate through our spine. Just notice how your body's feeling in this moment. See if you can release a little bit further towards your mat. Let's take a few big full breaths in and big full breaths out. Noticing as you breathe in, does your lower back open just a little bit more. Let's reach our arms over to the right side of our mat. Try to stack your left hand on top of your right. Draw back through your left hip. Take a big full breath in and a big full breath out. And then we'll start to walk our hands towards the left side of our space, stacking your right hand on top of your left, drawing back through your right hip. Taking a big full breath in and a big full breath out. And then we'll walk our hands back to the middle of our mat. Pull yourself into a tabletop pose with your shoulders over your wrists and your knees underneath your hips. Let's roll through some cow cats. Drop your navel down, lift your chest through your arms, and then move in the opposite direction. Inhale, finding your cow pose, and exhale, doming your spine cat. Really focus on connecting your breath to your movement here. And then we'll find a neutral spine tabletop. We're going to pull the front edge of our mat to the back edge of our mat. Fold your mat in half, and then let's grab our squishy ball and a Mary Sue weighted ball. If you don't have a weighted ball, no worries, just do it without the weighted ball. And then we'll grab 2 sliders. You can also use socks if you don't have sliders. We're going to separate our sliders, and then we'll place our heels onto our sliders. Place our Pilates ball about an inch behind our lower back. Enough space so that we can tuck our tailbone round back and find a C-shaped spine on the ball, and then place the weighted ball between your inner thighs, right between your knees. We're going to inhale, lower down, maintaining the tuck of your tailbone so it's a C shape into a low flat C, and then back up to your regular C. You're going to exhale and draw your navel in, and every time you lift your chest, I want you to squeeze that ball between your inner thighs, between your knees. Keep drawing your navel in and keep your chest nice and broad. Really focus on concaving your spine, drawing your navel back towards the back of your space, towards that Pilates ball. Shoulders are away from your ears and elbows remain broad. Now we're going to shorten the range of motion. So lower all the way back and then only lift up halfway. This should feel even more intense than the last exercise. If you need to, you can reach your hands forward towards the front of your space or at heart center if having them behind your ears is too much. Keep drawing your navel in and curling your rib cage over your navel. Just a few more reps here. Then hold it back. We're going to slide our heels out and drag our heels in. So now we're in an isometric hold of our upper body. Chest is broad. Heels slide out. Drag your heels in. Feel your lower abdominal muscles really firing here to draw your heels in. Keep that ball, the weighted ball, between your inner knees. Every time you pull your heels in, so you can give a little bit of a deeper squeeze onto that weighted ball. And then we're going to put everything together. So as you slide your legs out, I want you to lower your chest down, maintaining the tuck of your tailbone. Lower down and exhale. Everything drags in towards your midline. I want you to think about folding yourself in half at your navel. Really drag your heels in, lift your chest, and always doing this as we exhale. The exhale is on the exertion. You can always bring your hands to heart center or reach them forward if you need. We're only doing a few more reps. And then let's take a moment. You can see in my face, that was a lot. So take a moment. If you even need to pause this for a second, pause it. We are going to continue with this fun. We're going to turn to the right, lower down with our right elbow, and then square yourself at your base to the ceiling, twist in the opposite direction. So you're going to dip down with your right elbow, square yourself, and then twist to the other side and lift up with that right elbow. So the right elbow lowers, you square yourself to the ceiling, and the right elbow lifts you up on the other side. So you're finding rotation at the base. You're still tucking your tailbone, and we're just rotating and finding that lateral lift in that rotation from side to side. Abs should be on absolute fire. Let's keep holding that weighted ball. Don't forget about that weighted ball. And then let's take a moment. Again, my face says it all. Let's just take a moment. We're going to take that weighted ball out from our inner thighs and pull that Pilates ball to your mid back or upper back to take a slight back bend over it. We're not done yet with our C-shaped work, but let's just take a moment here. All right, the moment is over. We are going to continue with this fun. So let's put the weighted ball between our knees, and we'll take our hands behind our ears, elbows wide. Let's twist to the left. You're going to dip your left elbow down and maintain the twist towards the same side. You're just lifting up with your right elbow. So we're getting into our right oblique here. Sometimes it's helpful to think about trying to touch your right elbow to your left knee, twisting that deeply. Of course, you may be nowhere close to that here. That's okay. But I just want you to really focus on twisting through your mid to upper spine. Keep your pelvis nice and stable. And then we're going to begin to shorten the range of motion. So we're only lifting about halfway up. So again, this should intensify things quite a bit for your right oblique. We're going for 10 reps of this. We've got about 5 more. Keep drawing your navel in. Keep tucking your tailbone. Keep twisting towards the wall you're staring at. And then take a moment. Take several breaths. And let's get ready to get back into position. So you're going to twist to the left, and we're going to come halfway down with our upper body. Now let's just slide our feet out and in, maintaining an isometric hold of your upper body, twisting to the left. You can always bring your hands to heart center or reach them forward and outside of your left leg. We're going for about 4 more of these before we add in our upper body as a layer in the mix. All right, let's start to add our upper body. So lower down, exhale, lift, and think about folding yourself in half at your navel. We're going for about 7 more. You can always bring your hands to heart center. I'm demoing that right now. I always like to take this if I feel like my shoulders are creeping up to my ears. Really try to twist a little bit deeper. Exhaling as you lift and pull your heels in. And then we're going to come into a full range hold. Bend your knees a little bit. Open into that twist a little bit. So you're going to draw back through your right elbow. And then twist and drop your left elbow down just a little bit more. We've got 5 more. Really catching yourself with your right oblique. And then take a moment. Yeah, my face says it all. Okay. So we're going to take a moment, take a back bend over that Pilates ball, and then let's prepare to do it on the other side, and we will be done with our C-shape work. So the good news is we know what's coming. The bad news is we're doing it all over again on our other side. So let's set up our heels onto our sliders, weighted ball between our knees. Of course, you can always take that weighted ball out if it's becoming too much. We'll tuck our tailbone, find our C-shaped spine, then twist to the right, and we'll begin with our chest full range, lowers and lifts. Trying to touch our left elbow to our right knee, tucking our tailbone deeply, drawing our navel in, and of course, keeping our shoulders away from our ears. We're going for 10 rounds. We've got only a few rounds left. And then we're going to, of course, shorten the range of motion in just a moment. And then on this next rep, I want you to begin to come halfway up, all the way down. So shorten the range of motion so we're staying in a lot of tension the entire time. We've got about 6 more. Keep tucking your tailbone, twist even deeper. For 5. You can do it. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Take a moment. Big breaths in and out. All right, we're going to get back into position. You're going to twist yourself to the right, and then we're going to prepare to do our lower abdominals. So lean halfway down, twist to the right, slide your heels out with that weighted ball between your knees and drag them in. For 8, twisting even deeper, draw your navel in. For 6, every time you drag your heels in, I want you to take a big exhale. For 2, and 1, and then we're going to start to add in our upper body next. So as we slide out, drop that right elbow down, maintain your twist, and lift through your left elbow as your heels draw in. We're going to go for 7. Exhale as you lift everything through your midline. For 5, heels drag in, we exhale. For 4, shoulders away from your ears. For 3, for 2, and 1, and then let's come full range. We'll come a little bit out of it, so bend your knees a little bit, lift through that left elbow, and then slide your heels long, drop and twist. We're going for 10 total rounds. We've got about 4 more. If you got a late start, finish those reps, and then once you are done, we'll take our time. We'll take a moment, taking it back bend. Take some big full breaths in here. You can even slide your heels long if you want to take a full body stretch here. And just notice how your breath is flowing. Notice how your body is feeling. Let's just take a moment here. And then we're going to come on up. We'll move our sliders out of the way. Move your weighted ball out of the way. Move your squishy ball out of the way. We're going to unfold our mat. Let's bring it back to its original starting position. And then we will do some more cleanup of our mat area. I want you to move your Pilates ball out of the way, move your sliders out of the way. We're going to grab our weighted ball and come to a tabletop pose. Now you can also do this with a small dumbbell as well. I have chosen a 2-pound Mary through weighted ball. Let's place it behind the back of your right leg. We're going to start with some simple donkey kicks. Lifting up, squeezing, slowly lowering for 8 more. I want you to really focus on keeping your pelvis stable and keeping your pelvis square. Shoulders are stacked above your wrists and knees are underneath your hips. We're going for about 6 more. Every time you lift your right leg up, squeeze into your right glute. And then let's hold it at the top. We're going to lift up an inch, down an inch for about 10 reps, really focusing on squeezing that right glute and keeping your knee facing straight down. Then hold the weight, hold your heel in towards your glute. We're going to cross our right knee behind our left knee and lift it straight back up to that donkey kick. Really focus on holding that ball by squeezing your heel in towards your glute. And then let's release that knee down. Take your weight and find your tabletop pose again. Place that weight underneath your left hand. Kickstand your right leg behind you. Lift your left arm up. And then we will lift our right leg with it. So I want you to really focus on maintaining tension in your left arm the entire time. So your wrist will kind of come right in line with your hip and then go right back up. And then your right leg will tap the earth and then it'll lift right back up. Keep your navel drawing in to stabilize here. Then hold your right leg at the top. Start to circle your arm one direction. Arm circles for about 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it for 10. For 8, 7. Navel is drawing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's take a moment. Take some cow cats before we do the other side. So we are going to take this exercise to our opposite sides. So I want you to place it behind the back of your left leg. Return your left wrist underneath your left shoulder, and then lift your left leg up and slowly lower it down. The left leg is in a neutral position, so the knee will face directly down as you lift your left leg up. Keep drawing your navel in. Then let's hold it at the top. We'll shorten our range of motion. 1 inch up, 1 inch down, squeezing into your left glute. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now cross your left leg behind your right, lift it up for 10. This one's a really hard one to keep that ball behind the back of our leg. You really have to squeeze your heel in towards your glute. Draw your navel in, press through your palms. For 4 more. For 3. For 2. And 1. And then release down. Take that ball out. Of course, it's going to go underneath your right hand now. Kickstand your left leg behind you. Right arm goes long by your side, palm faces up. Lift your left leg, lift your right arm. Try to keep that right hand in line with your hip as it descends down. Left toes can tap the ground as the right arm descends down to your hip. Let's go for 6 more. Really focus on squeezing your right shoulder back. Just a few more reps. And then eventually we're going to hold it at the top. We'll start to circle our arm one direction for 10 rotations, about the size of an orange. And then we'll reverse those circles. Really try to lift through your right arm. Lift it as high as you can. Squeeze your left glute. And then release. Place your weighted ball off to the side. Let's take some cow cats. And then from here, we're going to get a few props. I want you to keep your weighted ball. Let's grab our band, our Pilates band. So first things first, let's set up on our right forearm. Your knees are going to be below your hips. Your heels will be in line with your glutes to start. And then you can either have your knees just stacked with the bent knee. You can have your top leg extended with your bottom knee down in that original starting position. Or, as I'm demoing here, you can have both legs extended and stagger. We're going to reach our left arm up and thread it underneath our body. I really want you to focus on trying to get as much rotation through your back as you can. Keep drawing your navel in to really feel this in your obliques. And then we're going to hold it at the top. You're going to rainbow your arm with your palm facing forward, over your ear, and then back to its column with wrists stacking directly over your shoulder. And then from here, we'll lower that weighted ball down. Let's stay on our right forearm. We'll put on our Pilates band above our knees, not on the knee, above the knee. And then you're going to lay right back down onto your right forearm. This time, our knees are going to stack directly on top of each other and in line with our hips so that your shins are parallel with the long edge of your mat. Push into your right forearm, draw your navel in, lift your left leg to tabletop, and then we're just going to press it to the back edge of our mat and bend it right back in. So just pressing it long and bending it in. We're going for 10 total reps. You've got about 4 more. Knee will face towards the wall that you're staring at. And then let's hold it at the back of our mat. We're going to flex to sweep it forward and point to sweep it back. We're going for 10 reps as well here. It's really important to keep your leg in line with your hip and focus on your pelvis staying stable. I have a hand on top of my hip so I can make sure that my hip is not moving when my leg is moving. And then let's take our leg to the front diagonal, start to circle it, about a 4-inch diameter circle, one direction, keeping it right in line with your hip. And then of course, once we've done 10 repetitions of that, we're going to reverse it. And then take a moment. Tap out your glute. Let's reset. Stick your chest out, stick your glutes back. From here, keep your heels together. We're going to open our knees and then close your knees, lift your ankles. So think about heels together, knees apart, knees together, ankles apart. Internal rotation, external. Internal, external. You are moving your left leg in its hip socket. This should feel very intense. We're going to do, of course, 10 reps. And then once you've done those, take a moment. Tap out your glutes. Okay, we're going to splay our knees. And then let's reach our right arm over our ear. Take a mermaid stretch. And then flip your knees to the other side. Grab your weighted ball to move it down where you will eventually need it. Now we're going to do the other side first. So we'll do everything in reverse. So we'll do our sideline glute series, which we're setting up now. And then we'll do our side plank series. So start with your leg presses. It's the right leg that's pressing long. Make sure your bottom shin is parallel with the long edge of your mat and your knee is tracking in line with your hip. Keep drawing your navel in. Only a few more. Then hold it long, straight leg sweeps. Keep your right leg in line with your hip to maximize the intensity with that band. We've got 7 more. And you can see I'm flexing to sweep my leg forward. I'm pointing to sweep it back. That just helps it take it out of our hip flexors. Keep your pelvis very stable. Now take your right leg to your other diagonal. We're going to start to circle it. It's about the 4-inch diameter circle. And then we'll reverse the direction of that circle. And then take a moment. Tap out your glute, reset, stick your chest out, stick your glutes back. And then let's try that heels together, knees apart, then knees together, ankles. Internal rotation, external. Internal, open the band, external. This should feel very intense. Your right leg is moving in its socket. I want you to notice, how does this side feel versus the side we just did? Maybe it's easier, maybe it's harder, maybe it's the same, but it's all information. Okay, once you've done your 10 reps, take a moment. All right, we'll take our mermaid stretch on this side. So reaching your left arm over your ear. And then take your band off. We're going to toss that off to the side. Grab your weighted ball and or hand weight. Bring your knees slightly below your hip. Heels in line with your glutes. Okay, you can start with your knees stacked like this with the hip lifted, or extend your right leg, or extend both legs. And then let's reach our right arm up to the sky, and you're going to thread it underneath you. Really trying to twist through your upper back, pressing through your bottom forearm, keeping your shoulder stacked above that elbow. Let's keep our navel drawing in. And then hold at the top. Just rainbow your arm over your ear with the palm facing forward and back to stacking above your shoulder. Keep your hips as high as you can. And then let's take a moment. We'll take our mermaid stretch once again. Take your weighted ball. We'll take our mermaid stretch on this side. And then we're going to place our weighted ball off to the side. We don't need it anymore. The next exercise we're doing is spinal extension, and we're doing it body weight only. This is so good for you if you sit in front of a desk for many hours during the day. We're going to stack our palms, one on top of the other, elbows wide. Feet are hips width distance apart, tops of feet pressed down. Inhale, lift your chest off of your mat, lift your head off of your mat, using your mid to upper back. I like the hands underneath our forehead because it forces us to use our mid to upper back as opposed to using our hands to push up. It also gives us a little bit more gravitational pull to work against. Let's draw our navel away from our mat. Keep pressing the tops of your feet down to the earth. And then we'll hold this next one up at the top. Let's lower 1 inch and lift 1 inch. Draw your navel away from your mat. Press your pelvis down into the earth and squeeze your mid and upper back. And then release down. We're going to press our hands next to our chest, send your hips back towards your heels. Let's find child's pose. We found this at the start of class. We return to this pose at the end of class. How does your body feel after almost 30 minutes of continuous movement, commitment to self? Hopefully your body and mind feel a little bit more spacious than when you first showed up to your mat. Maybe take a moment of gratitude towards self for putting in the work. Not a single person but you could have done it. You should be so proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Amazing, amazing work. And I will see you next time.